Hello there guys, and welcome back to Scottish Hill Talking. So this wee area is up the Gourock Moors, so it is quite, as you can see, quite the popular hangout for folk slash wains, judging by most of the juices that's been left lying around. So my plan is, I'm going to camp here tonight, but I'm not going to use a hammock or a tent. I'm going old school. I'm going to build myself a wee shelter right there, or possibly right here where my kit's lying. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to tidy up the cans and whatnot. I've got some bin bags with me. I'm going to take everything the rubbish away with me, or as much of it as I can carry at least. I might even come back and get the rest. But yeah, not bad. Too bad the campsite. The stuff that I've brought with me is very minimalist, so I've brought a foam pad for the floor, I've brought my inflatable mattress and my sleeping bag, so that's my sleeping arrangements. I've also got a tarp because it's spitting a wee bit, so I was going to try and see if I could get away without using it, but it's getting a wee bit late in the day and I don't think I'm going to have the time to sit and try and pack in as much as I want to. So I'm going to tarp the roof, do like an eighth, just a frame, an H frame, and I'm going to try and camp in it. So as I said, we're in the Gourock Moors. I've not camped here before, but also I'm a stone throw away from my house as well. So if anything goes wrong, it's not going to be too far. It is the middle of November, it's going to be freezing, but so that's the plan. I'll get a wee fire going. I've also got some new cooking requirements to try out in this wee video as well and do a wee review of. Me and Susie have been to go outdoors and spent a fortune, so we're going through some stuff to do some wee reviews and try and get some more business going on the channel. But here we go, let's get started. I also have two new wee bits of kit to try out. So this was the saw that I spoke about at the end of the Nathan Devons tour video, which you should also go check out. For me and Susie's 7th anniversary, wedding anniversary, we both got each other saws. So this is the one she got me. There's I think it's a bowline Japanese folding saw. It's engraved and whatnot, with the Nordic compasses and whatnot. It's really cool. And then I've also got myself a garage saw as well. So we're going to try these out as well and do a wee comparison on what feels better, like different styles. I've had a bit of experience with these ones. Never tried one like this before, so this is going to be a big lot of fun. What I'm doing is I'm going to try and see if I can find some felled, that's actually quite a good one, some felled branches and trees and whatnot. I'm going to try my best and try not to use anything that's still living, and try and use what I can, just scavenge what's fallen and what's kind of on its way out as well, just make a pile. So what we'll do is we'll make a frame, put the tarp on, then I've also got like parcel string and whatnot with me to tie everything together, and then we'll just try and stack up as much as we can, really. But aye, enjoying this. hope you've enjoyed this year's content, because it's, I'm not going to say it's coming to an end, but it is like, it's going to start thinning out a wee bit over winter. I will still try and post weekly, but I don't know how much camping stuff I'm going to be getting up to. I'm definitely going to be out in the hills anyway, so I'll be recording whenever I'm out. But what have you thought about the camping stuff? Have you enjoyed that? I've really enjoyed kind of doing it. It's something I do anyway, so it's no change for me. But it's been really fun kind of showing people different places to go. And now with Susie on board, we can kind of go a little bit further as well. Start thinning out that massive list we've got on Google. Too bad. Got stuck on one side, but I just flipped it over. That's not a bad wee saw. Well done, Susie. Yeah, really nice. Really nice. So it's really good for the wee stuff at least. But aye, I think I'll go back and I'll try the other one as well. Make it fair. Right, so I've got a bit of a pile started. It's not much, but it's enough to kind of get my skeleton for my shelter started, and then I'll be just put the tarp over and we'll start packing it in, try and keep it as low to the, well, not low to the ground, but you know, try and space it out, but remember it is the middle of November, so it's not going to be massive. For I am not a massive boy, but plan is, so as you can see, there's a fire started, like a little fire pit here. I've tried to kind of clump everything together. There's a pile of cans in that corner that I started, and I will get them bagged up when I'm done. But aye, it's starting to take shape. So my sort of idea for this is at the front I'm going to do like a two sort of crossing at the top, and then at the top of that I will do a square lashing, which will, on top of it, I'll leave two ends long enough that I can rest a long pole at the back of it, which will kind of go from the top end, I think, to the ground, if I do this right. And then I can wrap it in the tarpaulin, tie it on as well, and then it's just pretty much packing in like just twigs and whatnot on the outside to try and keep the heat in. Ideally shouldn't be too difficult, but it is me, and you know, I like to just cause problems wherever I go. So a real test of whether or not I'm going to actually stay out here or not tonight. I'm going to stay out here. Whether I'm going to manage to stay out the entire night is a different question, but if I fail, we'll come back and we'll redo it, and we'll do it properly, and we'll actually stay out here properly. I have a knife with me. Some of you don't know this, but my missus got me this for when I first started in the Scouts. And it's hilariously named adult supervision because it means if I hurt myself with it, I can't say, well, I didn't have any adult supervision with me. She's hilarious, my wife. So my plan is I'm going to tie these two together and then a sort of triangle shape, and then this sort of one closer to the brown bark. That one will be like the ridge pole for going across and back down to the ground. Right, so what I've done is I've tied the two longest parts together, done a clove hitch and then square lashing, and I've left it a wee bit loose so I can get a wee bit of wiggle room. It is quite tall, so what I'm going to do is I've measured it with an excess bit of string, and I'm going to nick it off about here, which means it will bring it down a wee peg or two, and it also means I'll have some extras for some padding at the back. So we're going to cut them off just now. As this is two roughly, I think they both came from the same sort of branches of the tree, what I'll use is I'll use one with the Susie saw, and then the other one I'll do on that one, and I'll time it and see which one's a wee bit faster. So the first one's Susie's. Fantastic. Right, first one through these, and go. That was quite fast. Right, and this is my one. So, and go. I feel like Susie beat me there, but that is just a testament as to how well she can pick out a blade. So that should be down to roughly the size I want it. Have a look. Yeah, that's a bit better. Right now I need to decide where I'm going to sleep. Right, I think the plan is I'll sleep here where I've got the rest of my logs lying. That seems like the flattest and most cleared part. Right, so this knife, the Airage, really good saw. Compared to the one Susie got me, this one it's comfier, I'll admit, but I feel that one's really good for doing the wee stuff. This one's obviously quite a bit better for doing more chunky stuff. But that wee one is really good. So if you see them about, I think Susie got hers through like Temu or something like that. I think that's the same place. No, I got mine off Amazon. But you know, this one was about, I think, 15 bucks. That one, I've seen those ones going for anywhere between 20 to like 25. So really reasonably priced wee saws. Right, so we're losing light a wee bit here, but So you can kind of see that's the framework, and then what I'll do is I'll put the tarp over and then just pack it in, and just make sure the tarp's down as tight as we can. That should be us. Right, I'm going to have to give up on the A-frames because that's just it's not happening. I'm running out of sunlight. So plan is now is to get a couple of these trees, get a line across, and then throw the tarp over and try and set up some shelter for tonight, because this is going tits up as usual. So backup plan is, so I've made a peg. I know for a fact the scouts are going to come at me for those knots, but plan is tarp over, mat underneath, including this mat, and hopefully that will be me with a shelter then. Right, so can't really see it very well on this light. Give me a second. Much better. In fact, this is actually a good time to show you some new kit that I've actually got. So, as you know from the last couple of camping videos, it's been really dark. So, I managed to get these on Temu. So these slide on top of the GoPros. There we go. Seem a bit better now. So lighting up a wee bit, getting a bit more professional about it. This is my setup. So it kind of slopes down towards that peg that I showed you when it was a bit more daylight. I've hung a wee glow stick just so and it gets properly dark and the light go off, I can still see. I've got a couple more, but glow sticks are an absolute game changer, or lifesaver. They're not game changers, they're ancient. So my next wee bit is doing some scran. So yes, as I said, we went to Go Outdoors. This first bit of kit I didn't get from Go Outdoors. I got this through Temu, I believe. I've watched a lot of videos from the bald Katie Roams, that's it. So that's kind of where I got this idea from, because I've seen videos of her like camping in ditches and all that as well. So this is my kind of first attempt at like no tent camping, no tent or hammock camping, should I say. But she uses I think it's an OEX jet boil. I had a look at how much they cost and Go Outdoors, and even with the Scout discount and the membership discount, it's still about £70 odd. So I got myself one off Temu to try out, same sort of design. So we're going to try that out tonight. Boil some water and whatnot. This wee stove cost me about £30 on. So it just comes as a stove, and it's like a click-in cup. I'll show you. Right, so it's soaking. Very, very wet. Right. So as you can see, cup, burner slots into cup, and then you attach the gas, and then your cup basically becomes your kettle. It's quite class. Comes with a wee plastic lid and a wee like burn-proof or heat-proof cover for it. So I'm going to try that out tonight. But for dinner tonight, because I enjoyed it so much in the last camping video, I've got another pasta bolognese. So the jet boil is more for water, as I said, but you can use the wee burner on its own with the gas. But I also have, especially for like my big pots and pans and whatnot, I have bought myself the wee jet grill. So that goes on top of the gas canister, and then it means I can spread the arms a bit further, and it means I can use it for everything else, for the bigger pans. So I'm going to try this out tonight as well. This is going to be the main thing I'm going to try out. This one costs me about £34. That's before the discounts and whatnot. So, but just to be clear, Go Outdoors has not sponsored me yet. Hint, hint. But Go Outdoors is doing a massive Black Friday sales right now, and there's a lot of good gear going on sale. So definitely head up to Go Outdoors if you want to try and get some good bargains in the next couple of weeks or so. Just got to Go Outdoors in general, man. That's where I get most of my kit from. If you are in the scouting organisation, if you take your neckie with you, you get the Scout discount. You can also show like your membership number or your ID or whatever if you have one. I just take my neckie and it works. But also you get a good discount with the membership card as well. So definitely a high mark for Go Outdoors. But let's get some scran on. Right, so with the jet boil sort of thing, so what I do is set it up first. So you just screw that in, flip that out, cap open, and you just make sure it's as tight as possible, and then this wee sort of silver bit, you turn that to turn your gas on, and you'll hear it. There we go. And then there's a wee red button to, there we go. I'm going to turn it off. There we are. So that works really well so far. I'm going to get a chance to use that hopefully in the morning. And then to store it, I just put it all back in there and I'll wait for that to cool down before I put it back in the bag. That's that one done. Right, so next one. So what we're going to be using tonight is the OX grill. I believe it's called, what's it? Has it got a name? It's a Savo, that's what it is, right. They've all got fancy names these, right. So with these ones, it's not a twist, so it's a... Oh, it is a twist, right. So, twist that on. You can get wee adapters as well, so you can use like the taller cans for these, but I've just got one of these ones. Just make sure it's level before I start. There we go. And I've not even got it in shop. I'm going to put a wee bit of water in it just to kind of beef it up a wee bit. Does look like baby sack, but honestly, it tastes amazing. I was a wee bit kind of sceptical about this, but I'm genuinely looking forward to tonight now. I think it's going to be cold still, so I'm going to keep all my layers on. And I've also got a couple to stick on. But I think it's going to be a good night. And I believe I'm going to make it through the whole night. Yeah. Put in the comments below how you think I'm getting on, by the way. I'll post a wee video in the morning about how the night went, and well, I'll record a wee video in the morning about how the night went, and then pack up and go home. Aye. I'm using this one as a plate. Not bad, not bad. These wee meals are actually really good. Like, I do recommend them for anybody who's wanting something easy for a camp meal. So, the Oryx, what do you call it again? Savo. It was a wee bit difficult to light. I ended up having to resort to my lighter. I thought I could use a wee flint and steel, but it worked really well, really fast. It's really quite sturdy looking as well. So, and it's really light, which is always handy. So I'm just waiting on that kind of cooling down a wee bit, and then I'm going to stick it back in my bag. Scran was absolutely fantastic as always. I think the plan now is to maybe get a wee fire going. Actually, that might be a plan for my jet boil. I'm going to boil some water and wash out my dishes, and then I'll give them a proper clean when I get home. But give them a wee blasting, and then bed, I think. Yeah, slept from this. Right, hopefully you can see me. Hold on, I'll come by a little bit. Right, so this is going to be my camp for tonight. It's not what I wanted, but it's shelter. You know, if it works, it works. I've had a look at the weather, and it's saying that it's going to get down to -1 about 4 or 5 o'clock-ish in the morning, so I'm probably going to feel that. I have got a sleeping bag, I've got my 2 roll mats, I've got my inflatable, and I've got a new foam one that I got from Temu that I'm going to try out tonight. I've got an extra base layer, I've got some food, and I'm dry, so I can't really complain. Obviously I really think I need to redo this style of camping in the future. I'll probably do it alongside Susie as well at some point. But it's been a fun one. Like, I've had a good time. So I'll see you in the morning, and I hope you've enjoyed this wee bit. Right, so it is currently 9:20. I'm all layered up as much as I can. I I've still got my hat and my gloves and my scarf and all that for when it gets really cold, but it's already quite cold, I'll admit that. So I'm not saying I'm quitting, but I am just going to try and do like every couple of hours, if I'm awake, I will check in and say whether or not how well it's going. But yeah, I keep looking out this because all I can see is the glow sticks when the light's not on, and I keep hearing things because there's literally nothing going on other than the wind, and I know I wouldn't be able to not see anybody because you physically need to like have some light on or something to come this far up. So, and the tarp keeps hitting my head as well. But yeah, this is enjoyable. But we're going to soldier on. Morning. It's 5 to 6. As you can probably tell, I've slept a wee bit, but I am absolutely knackered. It's currently about -2, so my plan is I'm just going to take everyone down and I'm just going to try and head home and get some actual rest. I'm dry, I'll say that. Right, so it was dry all night. Can't say I was the warmest. My feet are kind of sore, so I'm going to pack up early and just head home, get some warmth. I'm not going to do sunrise up the hill, just to be safe. But I'm all packed up, ready to go. Just need to take that light with me. But stayed dry, had a shelter, got fed.